Okay, so continuation of that class, I was discussing a very important point. I was telling very important point here that when you are writing 2 of x minus 5 equal to 0, that means what? That means beta 2, how can a number, you will say, auntie, 2 is going and multiplying and making it equal to 0. Exactly, that was the childish attempt. Now it will not be working for you. Okay, so how can a non-zero number become equal to 0? Then you will have your logics. I will divide both side by 2. I will divide both side by 2, and I will say that only x minus 5 will be existing. That was, you know what, that was in childhood days. They were telling you to make you happy. Okay, now you are a grown up child. Now you should understand what is the correct statement related here, because beta, in an equation, left side is equal to right side. So any one of the equation, any one of the part must be equal to 0. Okay, so here 2 is a non-zero number. So 2 can never be equal to 0. Okay, and now beta, x minus y is equal to 0. So now x is equal to 5. That means a non-zero number, constant number, can never be equal to 0. Then the part which is with it and which is not having some variable value, that part must be equal to 0. And then the moment we are exactly telling, okay, this equation will be 0 only when, this equation will be 0 only when x will be equal to 5. Otherwise, this will be exactly a non-zero equation. Understood or not? So the value which will satisfy the equation is only x is equal to 5. So you have to understand these very simple things. Okay, so here also what we have done, we have taken f of x1. We started with f of x. We said that f of x is equal to x cube. So f of x1 is equal to x1 cube. F of x2 is equal to x2 cube. Okay, now beta, we applied formula x1 cube minus x2 cube is equal to x1 minus x2, and then here it will become beta x1 square plus x2 square plus x1 x2. Now you have to understand that this part is coming x1 minus x2, and that is exactly equal to 0, because we started with x1 cube minus x2 cube is equal to 0. And then we started using formula. So once we reveal the formula, this one is exactly coming to 0. So that means x1. So again, you are telling auntie, which part of this will become equal to 0? Can't understand. Then I'm telling you this part where you can substitute the value and find it is exactly non-zero constant. It is non-zero constant. Then you will ask auntie, how it is non-zero constant? Who told you it is non-zero constant? Then I will say, use this one. You will come to know it is non-zero constant. So here, x1 minus x2, I'm making it equal to 0. The moment x1 minus x2 came equal to 0, that means x1 is equal to x2. And now that means if x1 is 1, then x2 is also 1. If x1 is 2, then x2 is also 2. So that means for any particular value of x1, x2 will be same. Then now let's check this one. Is it 0 or non-zero? Now beta, x1, x2 same. So x1 square plus x1 into x1 plus x1 square, because instead of x2 I wrote x1. Now look here beta, it will exactly become x1 square plus x1 square plus x1 square, that is 3x1 square. And if x1 is any number, then here 3 is coming with that, supporting that it is non-zero. That means only this part will be equal to 0. The other section is not equal to 0. And since the other section is not equal to 0, this type of function is called as 1-1 function. Okay, the constant, because this will give you constant value, and this is telling that the mapping is 1-to-1. The correspondence of the mapping is exactly 1-to-1. I hope my children understood this part. Did you understood better what I told right now? Understood Tamil? Understood everyone? Understood? Just tell me in the better chat box. Tell, did you understood exactly? Okay, Maheshwar is telling understood. Harish is telling understood. What about others? Tamil, Abhinesh, Anish, Farhana. I hope all my children understood this topic, that how to convert this. Then again, one more concept is coming. That concept again I am going to discuss. So please tell me understood or not. Then only I will move forward. Tamil said understood. God bless you, beta. I have understood. Abhinesh understood. Shyam understood. Everyone understood. Harnibala, Nidhi, Pritika, Vishika, Farhana. Okay, beta. Now look here. That means what? We came to know that it is not one-to-one correspondence. Sorry, it is one-to-one correspondence. So that means we came to know one, two things, that square is not there. Now, if someone will give you f of x is equal to x to the power 4, and someone will ask you, is it one-to-one? Now, without solving, first I want you to tell me, is it one-one or is it many-one? Because beta, I'm not going to stop in one very equation. Okay, Vishika is telling auntie it is not one-to-one. Okay, anyone else? Vishika gave the answer. Other children, please think and give the answer, because your perception is also very important for me, beta. What do you think about it? You may be wrong, you may be correct. This was the only way I have. Very good. Pritika is telling many one auntie. Okay, super beta. Anyone from boys side? What do you think? Is it many one? Maheshwal is telling not one-to-one. Okay. Okay, Vishika is telling it is many one. Correct only beta. Now we will check how it is many one. So when f of x1, again we will start with that beta. F of x1 will be equal to f of x2. For function f to be 1, 1, we have to start with f of x1 is equal to f of x2. Now beta, x1 to the power 4 is equal to x2 to the power 4. Please don't apply any magic there. I am always discussing. I don't know one of my students that he will see this or not. Exactly, means, like an innocent attempt, my one of student wrote, auntie, x1 is x1 to the power 4 is equal to x2 to the power 4. Can I do like this, auntie? Then so it is 100% x1 is equal to x2. So that was the most what you called cutest attempt a person can do. Why I'm saying cutest, because that I laughed for exactly more time there. But beta, you cannot attempt like this. This is not class 8 or 9th concept. Here you have to deal with degree. Here we have to deal with variable values. Okay, so since we have to deal with variable values, I'm telling many people will see this one. My that student will also see. So I'm not saying anything. It's like it's good at, but if you will not do mistake, how you will, there will be no scope of improvement. Okay, so exactly, I'm telling why he was wrong, why his perception was wrong. Because beta, like an innocent child, first thing will come in your brain is this only. Why auntie is doing this much? Why she's not putting 1/4? Because every time when square is coming, we are writing, putting square root on both sides. And then beta, square condition is different. Understand this. Whenever square condition is different. So why square condition is different is, if x square is equal to 4 written, na, that means if you are putting square root on both sides, na, at that time what will happen? This square and root will give you modulus. And this is a unique part of mathematics, and it is not applicable for all power. It is only applicable for square. Okay, so this square and root will make it modulus. This square and root will make it what? This square and root will make it modulus, and this root 4 will become 2 into 2. Now, this modulus of x will give you 2. Now, beta, modulus of x will have two values, plus minus 2. So, modulus of x is exactly having either a positive value or a negative value. And because of that, it is there. So, only x modulus is making it possible. And because of that only, beta, because of that section itself, we are saying that x square, when it is there equal to 4, then x will have two values. X square is equal to 9, then it will have two values. But when we are telling x cube, you might have seen that we are only writing one value. and that is positive value. We are never writing negative value. I hope today you might have understood that when x cube we are writing. Oh, fine. So when x cube we are writing, but I hope you are able to hear me. Okay, I hope you are able to hear me. Can you hear me? Fine.